Am I talking about you? Is this video all about you? All right, look, I totally understand when people say aquariums are too much damn work. Or maybe you're the type of person that says, I got too much other crap to spend my money on. My personal favorite.
I got bronchitis. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that.
For the longest time, I've been trying to figure out a way to appeal to non-fish keepers about keeping aquariums, because personally, I think there's a lot of people out there that could benefit from them. But when they go to the pet store and they go, ooh, ah, and they thinking about it, they think of it right there, they're afraid to pull the trigger, right? Those people aren't really looking on YouTube for aquarium videos because obviously they pass it up at the pet store, but you know, and I know that they could benefit from it. So if you know anybody that can benefit from aquarium in their home, if they maybe talk to you about it and they was like, please send them this video. I'm almost positive that if you do, at least they will appreciate the knowledge.
I have been paralyzed by anxiety for a few weeks now. I'm waiting to hear back about the change of career. A career change is very stressful. It's like one of the main life stressors is change of career.
In fact, this video right here that I'm doing is dedicated to a friend of mine, Celine, who's a non-fish keeper, but I've been trying to get to have an aquarium for the longest, but she's having the same issues, fears, worries, or concerns that most people have. Check her out.
I've been dreading September because it's my busiest month musically. I have 7 concerts, 8 if you count October 1st. I have to look at the whole month in order to plan out my practicing schedule and life. It's helpful to take it one day at a time. It's about all I can muster, but I do have to plan out my one day at a time. Does this make sense? Am I just blabbing? I have cried so much just because nothing is certain and I can't make any decisions until I know about this one decision.
Go over to Celine, because as of right now, she's right at the threshold of 1,000. So go over, sub, watch her videos. I'm sure you're gonna love her, and let her know Aquafunk sent you. I would love to be the reason why she hit. Well, she's the reason why she hit 1,000, but I would love to claim the credit. You know what I mean?
Welcome back to the anxiety party.
I am not going to turn this video into a mental health video and how aquariums could benefit your life and your family and your stress level and all that, because you've heard it about a billion times. You already know these things, right? Yes, yeah. Aquariums, they help out with your stress and all that stuff, and they help cure cancer and poverty, and more than likely an aquarium keeper is gonna break the code on why the McDonald's Frosties machines are always broken. This video is gonna debunk all of the excuses that we tell ourselves into not getting aquariums. Personally, the most reasonable excuse people tell themselves is that they have an unstable life. They got work, they got vacations, which I joke on Celine all the time about going on vacation. They got school, they got kids, they got soccer practice. They got a lot of things pulling at their lives in every different direction. So they tell themselves,
ain't nobody got time for that.
But the truth of the matter is that there are so many simple ways. I think people have a misconception over how much time an aquarium does take to maintain. Not a lot of time at all. In fact, let's say you don't want to do a whole lot of maintenance. Well, don't feed your fish that much. You don't want to be cleaning all that green stuff. Well, don't leave your lights on that long. You know what I'm saying? The fish don't need the lights. If you have plastic plants, they don't need lights. And even if you did have real plants, you'd be surprised on how little time a lot of plants need daylight. Most people have the lights on for their benefit. You know what I'm saying? They keep the lights on, all that, not knowing that that's the problem with their tank. They overfeed the tank. That causes problem in the tank. To be honest with you, if you do not feed your fish that often, I'm talking about every other day, every 2 days, As far as water changes go, you could go 2 weeks, depending on how many fish you have in there and your filtration. You can go up to 2 weeks. I mean, 2 weeks, yeah. You can go up to 2 weeks without doing water changes. And even then, it's like 25%. So, I mean, that's not too much compared to all the other silly stuff we do in our life for no freaking reason.
The newest choice that Colin made for our home decor. Got a new shower curtain.
You know, 15-minute water change every 2 weeks, not a big deal. Money, 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 money. Money, right? It's expensive. You got all kinds of stuff you have to pay for. You got bills, and you got kids bugging you about. You got everybody and their uncles telling you owe them money. So you think to yourself, well, first of all, Facebook Marketplace, a lot of times you can buy an entire little set. And I'm not talking, listen, 20 gallons. I say 20 because 10 is, you know, fair. Okay, but I would say go 20 gallons because the amount of water is just a little bit more stable, less issues, possible issues. So you can buy that on Facebook Marketplace for like $50, the entire setup, everything, you know, filters, heaters, all that stuff. So it's not that expensive if you know where to go. I'm gonna tell you right now, Facebook Marketplace, best place to go to find aquariums. If you want brand new stuff, it's like Petco and PetSmart, they do $1 a gallon sale or something like that every so often. But I'm gonna be honest with you, go to Facebook Marketplace, you can find everything for cheap, right? LED lights. Like I said, LED lights, first of all, do not produce a lot of LED lights do not produce a large power drain, right? Because they're LED. Not to mention, like I said, you don't want to keep them on that often. Honestly, they're just for your benefit. I keep that tank over there, I keep the lights off all day until I get home at like 5 o'clock, and then it's 5 to like 10 o'clock. So you know what I'm saying? You don't need to keep the lights on that often. They're just for me to look at. The heater, people think the heater causes a lot of drain. To be honest with you, a lot of aquarium fish are good at in the mid 70s, 75 degrees or something like that. So if you have a heater with a thermostat, which I suggest you get, I don't know why anybody wouldn't get any of that stuff. It's not that much of a power drain. It turns off automatically once it hits its desired temperature. And if your room temperature is already in the mid 70s, if you keep your house, you know, in the mid 70s or something like that, some weirdos like to keep their house at like 80, you don't even need a heater. Fish food will last forever, especially if you're only feeding them every 2 or 3 days, to be honest with you. So yeah, it's not a lot of money. It really is not. It's one of, as far as every animal, I've kept reptiles, dog, cats, and all that. Probably dogs and cats are a little bit cheaper because their food, you know, you buy a bag of dog food for like, I mean, we're spending on our dogs $17 every week for dog food, so that's not that much. Actually, no, that's more than what I spend on my, so it would be the cheapest pet you have to feed. Tetra brand is a very good food for cheap. You can buy a whole jar of it, it'll last you damn near a year. Seriously. You gotta be a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs if you like this video. I mean, for real, you got to be a little bit crazy to leave a comment asking me of another subject you'd like me to tackle. And seriously, you got to be banging your head on the wall to numb the pain, sticking your fingers in your ears, singing "I'm a little teapot, short and stout" to drown out the voices. Certifiably bonkers if you subscribe. Don't even get me started on sharing, because that's just like spreading mass hysteria. Seriously though, if you are feeling any of these symptoms, then seek somebody to talk to. Maybe they can help you, prescribe something that will make you feel better. I'm a little teapot, short and stout. This is my hand doing this. This is my... Back to feeding, because really, you know, when it comes to vacations and stuff like water changes, I'm be honest with you, man, a lot of people go a long time without water changes. It's the feeding, right? You go on vacation, you're worried about who's gonna feed my fish, you worry about people coming to your house. You can go a whole week without feeding your fish. There are aquariums out there, and I think this would be up most people's alley who have a busy day. They are aquariums, and I forget the name of it. In the comments below, if somebody knows, if you can leave the you know, put the name of the aquarium in there so that people could look these aquariums up. But basically, you're creating an ecosystem, and it's as simple as having light, dirt, and plants. You know what I mean? Where the fish have a food web type of aquarium, where the fish do not actually need to be fed. They don't need a filter. They don't need any of that stuff. They just need light. You can put it, like I said, you could put a timer on it, or you can put it next to a window or something, and these fish will shrimp, for instance. You could have an aquarium with shrimp in there, and as those shrimp have babies, you know, the fish can eat on them. Filtration. You know, you can have plants in there. Use the pothos plant. It'll filter your tank. Oxygenation. There are some fish that don't need churning or oxygenated water, like a beta who has the ability to gulp air from the top. But plants also provide oxygen. So there's a lot of things you can do. You don't have to have a big aquarium. You can have like a little 3-gallon bowl and still get the benefits of these aquariums. Some people worry about emergencies, and I'm look, it's okay to say damn the fish in a case of emergency. If there's a fire, you think I'm worried about these fish? I'm definitely not worried about them, Mom. I'm definitely not worried about the pea puffers. Let them burn. A lot of people don't think that fish are real pets, and in most cases that's true, but there are types of fish out there that are truly pets. For instance, my flower horn, it reacts to me, it gets upset, it gets hungry, it gets happy, it changes color when it changes moods. So as far as pets go, if you want a pet, you ain't got to clean up after, you ain't got no stank kitty litter. And for those of you who have cats, trust me, when somebody walks in your house, they know you have a cat. You got a doo-doo box in the bathroom next to the toilet, but the door is open and it's wafting through the whole house. Anybody who has more than 2 dogs, you got a dog smelling house. But back to the subject, they're very low maintenance. Super low maintenance. So for those people that say,
Ain't nobody got time for that.
trust me, it's not that bad.